Remake of a classic flash puzzle platformer 400 years shows how even the smallest actions can have the biggest consequences by giving you the ability to skip a whole year in the blink of an eye. Although it shares similarities with generic platformers, Ink goes one step further, being above average in each aspect. Its unique mechanics of drawing the ground as you progress, combined with its distinct art style and well-crafted game design, set it apart from the average platformer. If you think O is just some generic game, think twice. It is created in 2013 using Scratch, which isn't designed for 3D games. On top of that, gameplay is still fun despite all limitations. Level Eaten is a puzzle platformer with very creative mechanics. Your goal is to eat whole level. After you eat all same size blocks, your size gets increased, leading to interesting and challenging puzzles. Besides being very fun, Mochi Mochi Slime is very technically impressive. Running at max frames per second despite Scratch limitations, it is perfect combination of complexity and enjoyment. A fun game of Undertale, Fallen Crown, features a battle against Toriel and follows a rich story while retaining Undertale's unique charm. There are two Plants vs Zombies remakes on Scratch which radiates with quality. First one is Bitmap PvZ Wild, which have unbelievable custom graphics and PvZ fan game demo with abundance of content. The Ninja 5 is part 5 of a classic series Ninja. Don't let the simplistic graphics fool you. This game is packed with a lot of content, including many types of weapons and a super cool boss battle. Bouncing My Way Up is a physics platformer, which is outstanding considering you have to script physics yourself in Scratch. The levels are good looking, which further enhance the awesomeness of this project. Despite having simplistic vector graphics, Mage's Tournament gives a lot of variety and fun fighting experience. There are a lot of mage types with many unique spells and interesting mechanics and animations. Polar Oz is a puzzle platformer with very cool mechanics. You can control multiple players across parallel universes, which lead to interesting interactions. Before we continue, let me quickly explain how I rate those projects. First, here are only games, so no animations, engines and similar. I rate the games by many aspects: length of the game, how technically impressive it is, how polished is the game, originality, popularity, and most importantly, what would I personally suggest you to see. This ranking is my personal opinion, so don't get too mad if your favorite game isn't high enough or even isn't on the list. There are over 100 million projects on Scratch, so missing some worthy games is inevitable. Super Mario Scratch Revamped is a 10-minute Mario fan game with custom graphics, a boss battle, and most importantly, Luigi as playable character. Mona Yuka, a 9 legendary gems, is the Who fan game. It is very polished, earning its spot on top 100 list. Fire Kingdom is a tower defense game. It has a large amount of towers and enemies with unique interactions, and it's one of the most underrated games on Scratch, currently having less than 1000 views. Balloon Island 3D brings you an extraordinary experience in many ways. Explore the island and find all its secrets. Twisted Tower is very interesting platformer. Along with very unique graphic style, it has very enjoyable game design, except if you fall down and lose all progress. Grid Wave is a puzzle platformer where your goal is to manipulate level using electric signals. The design of its puzzles and high level of graphics polish makes it very fun to play. Remake of a classic, Wolfenstein 3D Watered Down, brings the feel of the 90s back to life. Defeat evil robots which failed our classes and save the world. Pirate Pearl is a platformer RPG Metroidvania game. Your goal is to navigate through diverse underwater landscapes, uncover hidden treasures, and interact with ocean's many inhabitants. The Four Elements is a boss battle game where you have to beat the four elements to avenge your master. It has super cool story at start that really sets the tone and makes the whole experience even more engaging. Honorable mention: PGMA or Pixel Game Maker Awards is a game jam with focus on pixel graphics. So far there have been even 6 seasons in total with a lot of outstanding games. Unfortunately, I had to limit this list to the very captivating ones, but I encourage you to check the other ones as well. I'll put the link in the description. If you don't know what game this is, you're living under the rock, because this remake of Geometry Dash have 133,500,000 views, making it most viewed game on the whole website. Average Routine is one of the most underrated games on Scratch. It's turn-based RPG with many characters, and it looks so polished. Creature is truly unique game on Scratch, standing out as one of the rare horror titles on the platform. Despite the limitations Scratch imposes on horror games, Creature manages to deliver an immersive and compelling horror experience, making it an exceptional find in this genre. 3D is surely not something easy to do on Scratch. Regardless of that, Apple 3D have managed to give us unique 3D platformer experience with abundance of its features. Not That Dead is an Earthbound-inspired game. You play as scary ghosts and explore dungeons. Heroic Final is an outstanding top-down action game. You have a large set of spells to choose from, and each one is unique. Also, this game features a lot of unique enemies as well, which additionally enhances the gaming experience. Lemons, Limes and First Degree Crimes is a mystery-solving game. This type of game is rarely seen on Scratch, and it's probably the best in its genre on Scratch, taking into account how fun it is. Jump Drive is extremely polished puzzle platformer. It has clever design and it's made only in 9 days for Toe Game Jam. Arrival is a very polished looking game where your goal is to survive crash landing on an alien planet. It constantly makes you wonder what will happen next. 3D Scratch Survival is very impressive how it manages to combine its unique graphics with interesting survival experience. So much lies beneath the surface, offering endless opportunities to discovery and adventure. Honorable mention: Carkid35. This creator has a lot of puzzle games upon his arsenal. Although they are simplistic in design, those puzzles are very well made, which is why I decided to include this creator as honorable mention. A remake of one of the most famous platformers, Celeste. The most impressive thing here is that Celeste has a lot of unique interaction the creator had to replicate. In fact, Each aspect of the original game has been faithfully recreated. Baba Is You is one of the most unique and interesting puzzles games ever made, which is enough to bring this remake on this spot on the list. I don't want to spoil anything, so check it yourself. Truly a classic of all mobile games. What makes this recreation so impressive is that physics had to be manually written, which surely isn't the easiest task. Ika-chan Full Scratch Port is a full scratch port of Metroidvania game Ika-chan. The thing which is truly impressive is that the game has 30 minutes of unique content, which is pretty outstanding within Scratch standards. Ice Mage is a simplistic but unique puzzle game that feels incredibly polished, with visuals and gameplay quality that rival a professional mobile titles. Slight 3D Game of the Unknown showcases a remarkable level of polish. The game is so well designed that you'll quickly forget you're playing on Scratch, dive into mysterious dungeons, solve complex puzzles, and immerse yourself in the game's captivating visuals. Asher Head Smasher 2 is a platformer with over 8 hours of unique content. I think this is enough to put it on this list.
Well, I guess I'll need to take care of them first.
Inspired by popular Portal game, Portal Scratch Edition 2 is exactly what its name says. The Portal game optimized for average Scratch user, that way making it enjoyable for everyone. With its engaging game design, it's sure to provide plenty of fun and challenge. Reload is an above-average top-down shooter on Scratch, especially considering how much content there is. There are skins, shop, achievements, and who knows what else. While other FNAF Scratch remakes just reuse graphics from the original game, in 5 Nuts I'm not sure I'm allowed to say this, decide to draw their own graphics. I'm not a fan of FNAF games, but since I know a lot of you guys like this game, I decided to put it at this spot, especially considering the effort put into it. Building Site 2 is a retro platformer with very unique mechanics. Instead of passing levels, your goal is to beat all enemies inside rooms, but your attack can also destroy ground, so be careful what you're doing. There is a lot of content including 8 boss battles. Honorable mention. Fanatiz was a Scratch YouTuber with incredible talent. Although his games may not be the most amusing, they all have a lot of effort put in. Most notably Everest, Hope's Home, and The King is Dead. What makes those games so incredible is primarily the storytelling and the overall mood they create. Inspired by Hollow Knight and Dark Souls, Abyssal Light gives you story-rich platformer experience. I have more than 20 minutes of gameplay, voice acting.
It's the story of light and darkness. The brightest day is darkened
and
by
original
night,
soundtrack.
but the darkest night.
You cannot simply go wrong with the golf. 3D golf is truly the most you could pull out of the golf mechanics on Scratch. Threat is a 3D platformer with gravity-changing mechanics. With a variety of fun and challenging levels, it keeps players engaged as they navigate through creative environments where gravity is constantly being redefined. Astral Knight Fantastic Boss Rush is a very good looking boss battle game. It reminds me of Hollow Knight, which is probably inspiration for this game. Osu Full Remake is a remake of one of the most popular return games, Osu. What makes it incredible is its faithfulness to the original game. Unfortunately, I cannot enable music due to copyright problems, so be sure you check it yourself. If you're into racing games, you'd probably like this one. Nitro Racing offers the most polished 2D driving experience you can find on Scratch. Sega Virtual Racing is same but for 3D. Very cool. Mine Rocket 4, a Scratch classic, where you mine, sell, buy, and mine again, and it's for sure fun. Another mining game, BioQ stands out with its unique personality. It also features upgrades and crafting elements. Super Mic Maker is Mario-inspired level editor. It's very easy to use and polished. Also, there are a lot of levels made by other people you can play. Honorable mention. Rock Coder is extremely talented programmer, which mainly focuses on retro-style games. I decided to put Rock Coder as honorable mention because I don't believe you will enjoy his games as much. Still, there is a lot of effort put into them. I'm referring primarily to Beneath a Steel Sky and Scratch Tyrian, but there are surely a lot of other good games of his. Have you ever wished you could make a Kirby level? Well, now you can. Kirby's Dream on 3 Maker is packed with so many features you wouldn't expect from a Scratch game. Oh boy, many online multiplayer games incoming. Deep.io is a Scratch adaptation of a popular online game. Most Chess is very impressive Scratch chess engine. Battleground is very cool stickman battle game. Minecraft-ish MMO is the closest experience you can get from playing online Minecraft on Scratch. Fortnite Z is very fun to play with friends. Among Us Scratch is very good recreation of the original game. Making online multiplayer games on Scratch is extra tricky because you need to know how to make the online part, and they all went a step further, creating a very entertaining experience. Mellow might seem like a typical platformer, but it has a lot of content. With over 50 levels, each thoughtfully designed, it offers a rich and engaging experience that sets it apart from the rest. The level of polish in Scratchy Adventure 2 earns it a well-deserved spot on the list. Seriously, just look, there are background birds. What more could you ask for? Archery Parasol is a simple yet charming game. You walk, shoot things with a bow, solve puzzles, unlock new abilities, and explore a variety of uniquely themed levels. It's a highly underrated and deserves more attention. Speaking of underrated, honorable mention, Face Us. They are probably the most underrated game creator on the whole website, so I decided to put them as honorable mention. The thing what really stands about their projects is the unique art style. They made a lot of exceptional games like Flying Space 2, Sona 2, Paper Castle, and many more, so be sure to check other games as well. I'll put the link in the description. Next up we have a simulator game, Theme Park God. Here you can build your theme park from the rim. The graphics really gives that nostalgic feeling. City World 4, the real city simulator, is very well designed city builder game with many options to choose from. There is an even option to throw meteor on your city. I mean, what else you can desire for? It's still in development process and there is more exciting content on the way. Skyforce is an underrated Scratch gem. With its intense aerial battles, smooth controls, and vibrant graphics, this game captures the spirit of the original while offering a fun and polished experience on Scratch. Portal is considered as one of the best puzzle games ever created, so it's not surprised that its remake earned a well-deserved spot on this list, especially considering how technically impressive it is to make 3D games on Scratch. Explore is an amazing game. With its unique art style, it just gives remarkable experience. And there is a lot of things content to play and things to discover. Have you ever wanted to experience what it's like to be a wizard? Ring Wizardry is a battling game that lets you do exactly that. Using mouse movements, You can craft unique spells and engage in magical duels. Kiki's Micro Dungeon is a simplistic yet enormously fun game. Its well-crafted gameplay and charming design makes it a standard experience in roguelite genre. Monster Melee is turn-based cloud PvP where you can battle your friends and strangers online. There is a huge variety of monsters to choose from, altogether always creating unique experiences. You cannot simply go wrong with Slider.io, one of the most popular browser games ever now on Scratch. Cloud platformer multiplayer fun is a Scratch classic where goal is to explore the world and unlock new characters, each having unique moveset and goals. Being a cloud-based game enhances the experience as you can share experiences with other people. Honorable mention, WO997 is yet another very talented coder. What makes his projects so good is that they're 3D. There are many other talented 3D Scratch creators, but WO997 was more focused on games rather than on technical parts. And that's the reason I decided to put him as honorable mention. Some of his games are Scratchy Bowling 3D, World End Tanks, and Jelly Jump 3D. If you ever wanted to play Terraria, now you can, on Scratch. Because level of similarity of this remake is so big, you might forget you're playing on Scratch. Cat's TD3 is undoubtedly one of the best tower defenses on Scratch. With its quirky graphics and balanced gameplay, you can strategize and enjoy hours of fun while defending against waves of evil dogs. How in the name of pen extension is this Scratch? The amount of polishing of this game is so surreal. Each scene is treat for eyes and ears. Only problem is how short it is, but I'm hoping we're getting updates anytime soon. If you ever wonder what is the most complex project on Scratch, you could think it's maybe project which boot Linux in Scratch, or maybe the Scratch emulator inside Scratch. But the one which is the truly most complex is none other than Minecraft 3D. I don't even need to explain why recreating whole Minecraft in Scratch is so complex, and it's constantly updated to be as close to the older versions of Minecraft. One of the best cloud multiplayer games on Scratch, Robot Destructor. It's good, trust me. The Ninja 3D is Ninja 2D but 3D. This project have all the charms of Ninja Scratch series, but now with additional dimension there is a room for much intriguing mechanics. And you must admit it is cool to go around as a ninja. Blocktopus is surely one of the most cool puzzle games concepts. Beside the interesting puzzles, you get to play in very appealing visuals. I like how you can speed up player by clicking, breaking the monotony puzzle games have. Power 3 is one of those mind-blowing projects which messes with your perception, but on Scratch. The levels are designed to get the most of unique cube world mechanics, and it just feels like a real professional game. Snail Platformer is a truly impressive puzzle platformer. Its mechanics works very well with its simplistic art style. Honorable mention. Colin Mack is a game creator with most diverse game types, puzzles, cloud multiplayer, remakes, retro games. They all vary in their quality, so I encourage you to check them and find ones which fits you the best, link in description. My favorite game of his is Paraboxical, so you can start from there. Arena is Scratch's classic certified, where you battle AI or real friends in highly polished environment. There are many skins on weapons, making the experience even more diverse. Enter the Pyramid and 3D Escape the Room are the very best escape room games on whole Scratch. They both feature clever puzzles that make them the best. Whether you're exploring an ancient pyramid or navigating a 3D room, these titles deliver top-notch escape room experiences. The best thing about Scratchhead is how it follows the same graphic style as in Cuphead, but with their original ideas. There are a lot of bosses, the Sorcerer, iRock, Brock Lobster, and many more. The Mask is undoubtedly one of the most graphically impressive games on Scratch. It offers an immersive experience that makes you feel truly engaged with the environment and actions within the game. Rhythm X, 3D drawing X, 2D action. Bit Light is truly an exceptional game. The game's artistic design and rhythm mechanics makes for a visually impressive and rhythmically engaging experience that really stands out. Bone Battles 2 is a stick war inspired game, and it is very loved by Scratch community, having one of the best love-view ratio on Scratch. It's very fun to lead the army of skeletons into a battle, so it's no wonder. RPG Evanescent 2022 is type of project which is unusual on Scratch. Usually we got packed with platformers, action games and similar, but this one brings us something new. With story-oriented RPG gameplay, it has a lot to offer. I'm personally not a fan of this kind of games, but if you like RPGs on Scratch, you'll surely like this one. Draw the Sequel lets you create your own platforms and master unique abilities as you explore 300 plus rooms of puzzles and secrets, with 16 hidden bosses, character interactions, and full customization. This game is packed with content, all wrapped in original art and music. Monster World is the most thrilling, turn-based, roguelite, card-based, role-playing game on Scratch. There are a lot of unique things to discover, and with the game still in development, even more content is on the way. Chirpy Reverie is a story platformer with original bird mascot and engaging and long gameplay. It has many qualities you wouldn't expect in a Scratch game. You'll sure be having fun while playing it. Honorable Mention. D7 Studios is a group of people which have three things in common: creating sprite 3D projects, guns, and not finishing their projects. Polished isn't enough to describe how good looking their projects are. If you want to see them yourself, I put link in description. They're on Game Jolt because Scratch keep banning their gun projects. Splatoon is just so much fun to play. This cloud multiplayer game really manages to recreate what made original game good but in 2D, especially because you can play with other people online. This cloud multiplayer 3D tower defense survival game represents the pinnacle of what is possible on Scratch, pushing the boundaries of multiplayer gameplay and design. It's the most complex cloud multiplayer game on the whole website, which works very well with its interesting survival tower defense gameplay. If you ever wanted to play Super Mario but haven't had the chance, now you can experience a similar game right here. With almost half an hour of gameplay and fun moveset, it delivers much of what you'd expect from a Mario game. Additionally, you might want to check out Super Mario's Galaxy, which is still in development. Bullet Train 2 excels in many ways. Graphics, gameplay, music, which are all made by multiple people. It is without any doubt deserving a high place on this list. Blob RPG have over 40 minutes of gameplay, which is already outstanding within Scratch standards, and each minute is packed with unique, intriguing content, battling various bosses, exploring many different team levels, and much more. Additionally, the game features charming retro-style graphics, which enhances the overall experience. Remaking a game Especially in Scratch isn't easy. There are always many things you can't easily make without having original source code. This recreation of Super Mario Maker have more than 200 different things to place. In addition, as game is very popular, there are more than 1000 custom levels made by other people you can find on Scratch forums, so you can never run out of content to play. This list just wouldn't be complete without mentioning the most recognizable Scratch project, Paper Minecraft. Lighting system, many items, blocks and mobs, even nether and redstone. This game has so much to show off, especially if you can play original Minecraft for any reason. What you get when you take already good game and make fun game as good as original. You get Deltarune Chapter 3 makes big showdown. The quality of this project is so just amazing. Everything looks like it could be in the real game. Original music, original boss battle, the recurring themes. I don't want to spoil it, so if you like Deltarune, you must check this game. Sometimes I wonder why all Scratch platformers are so generic. They always have the same most basic moveset. It feels like you're playing the same game over and over again. And finally we got unique one, Apple. Apple is face-paced 2D platformer with very thoughtfully created levels and have a massive fan base. Don't miss this one. Before the number 1 spot, let's see honorable mentions. What makes blocky platformer Maker so impressive is that game is communicating with server, meaning you can upload and play levels directly from the project, without the need for save codes. This is one of the rare co-op multiplayer games on Scratch. It has a lot to offer. The animation of this project is so amusing to watch. This game is truly exceptional find on Scratch in every way imaginable. Super Fighter Real Tournament Demo is one of the best fighting games on Scratch, but it's still in early development phases. Number 1. Submersible stands as a testament to game development in Scratch. In this underwater exploration game, you can do many things. Mine underwater ores, discover marine life, explore deep caves, upgrade your submarine and get new equipment. The game represents an enjoyable challenge by requiring you to carefully manage multiple aspects such as health, battery life and what equipment to use, adding depth to exploration experience. Honorable mention? Me? Only reason I am a honorable mention is because I didn't want to rank my projects, because you already know them, right? You know about Crystal Seeker and the Vectoid CD?